Did you know that when you type a question into ChatGPT, the computer sees it as a bunch of numbers, not as words or text? This process of turning text into numbers and back to text is called tokenization. Today, we'll learn how computers change our internet text into numbers they can understand and feed them into a neural network, which is like the computer's brain that learns patterns. In our last episode, we learned how AI collects clean text from the internet, the first step in the pre training phase. But here's the problem: computers only understand numbers, not words or text. So, how do we turn all this text into numbers that our neural networks can actually work with? The answer is a process called tokenization, the second step in the pre training phase. Here's how it works: we chop our internet text into pieces called tokens, which are words or parts of words that get assigned a unique number. The computer can then work with these numbers instead of words, just like a chef chops vegetables into bite sized pieces. Let's type, "Why do kids love pepperoni pizza?" into ChatGPT. Let's see what happens behind the scenes. Since computers only understand numbers, we need a special tool called a tokenizer to translate our words into numbers. Even though we typed words, the computer now sees them as these number codes. Also, did you notice how pepperoni got split into two pieces? Pepper and honey. That's because the computer thinks it's easier to handle this way. But how does the computer decide which pieces to put together? It's like finding the ingredients that go together most often in your favorite recipes. The computer starts with single letters, which get assigned their own number codes, and then find pairs that appear together a lot and merge the pair into one new token. It repeats this until there's a big collection of tokens. For example, the computer might notice that honey appears at the end of many words like pepperoni, macaroni, rigatoni. So it learns that honey is a useful pattern to recognize. Computer experts call this byte pair encoding. That's just a fancy way for finding letters or numbers that belong together. Different AI chatbots might chop text differently. It's like how different chefs might cut vegetables in their own style. Fun fact, I do have my own style of how I cut my vegetables. Tokens are super important for two big reasons. First, speed. Fewer tokens means the AI can read and respond faster. And second, cost. Companies pay by the number of tokens in each chart. The more tokens in your question and AI's answer, the bigger the bill. All right, time for a pop quiz. Which of these is not a reason why we use tokens? A. To help computers understand text. B. To break text into smaller pieces. And finally, C. To make the chatbot speak different languages. Remember, tokens are words or parts of words that get assigned unique number codes. We use special tools called tokenizers to turn text into numbers for the computer and back into text for us. Now that our text has been chopped up into tokens, it's ready for the next step: teaching our AI to predict which tokens should come next. In our next episode, we'll see how neural networks learn patterns from these tokens, just like how a chef learns which flavors taste together. If you've missed our first episode, check it out in the link below. Till I see you next time, happy learning and happy eating.
Happy learning and happy day.